Hello, I am really far behind with this video. I was supposed to appear on Friday with it, but this is what happens when your family gets sick and you also have some family trips on the agenda. You get far behind with things, but nevertheless I wanted to speak to you about our musician of Friday. You see, Friday was a very special day. On the 2nd of December 1923, La Divina was being born in Manhattan. La Divina, everybody knows who La Divina is. There is only one, the one and only, Maria Callas. Maria Callas was born in the States to Greek immigrant family, and she had the bad luck to be born to a mother who wanted to have a son. From a very young age, it was obvious that she's having a musical talent, which was also good and bad for the small Maria, because her mother didn't cease to use her to entertain the soldiers in exchange of money. You see, Maria Callas was having a very difficult relationship with her mother. This led to one of the many scandals of her life. But let's start with the beginning. Callas received her musical education in Athens. Initially, they tried to enroll her in the conservatoire, but they didn't accept her because she was not knowing solfege. At the beginning, she was considered to be a contralto, or at most a mezzo-soprano. She indeed was declaring about herself that she used to have a very heavy voice, which was later trained to gain power on the higher notes. Her operatic career began in Greece, and her Greek soprano counterparts, when they heard her singing in her roles, they were trying to do everything to stop her from getting to stage. The same sopranos, at a later point in their career, had to admit at some point that maybe indeed she's having something divine. From Greece, she was advised to go to Italy, to La Scala, but she didn't take that advice. She went back to the States to reunite with her father, and she had an audition at the Metropolitan Opera, where she was offered the role of Madama Butterfly. Now, Maria Callas is an icon of operatic singing, and this is because she is indeed the one and only. She achieved extraordinary things in her career, in her very short career, by the way. And even Montserrat Caballé, when she was being told that she's the successor of Maria Callas, she was saying that she doesn't deserve this appreciation, it's too much. There is only one Maria Callas. Callas was well known for her bel canto repertoire, but not only. He is one of the singers who sang in her career almost everything. She didn't sing only bel canto, she also sang Verdi, she even sang Wagner. And about this, there is a very interesting turning point in her career, which brought her real fame, was in 1949 when she was singing in Venice in the Valkyrie of Wagner. She was having the role of Brunhilde. Another soprano got ill. The other soprano was singing Bellini, and they didn't find a replacement for the other soprano, so they asked Callas to replace her. She initially refused it because it's insane to sing Wagner and Bellini in the same career, let alone in the same week. She was supposed to make the role in 6 days, and the refusal was not accepted. They said that of course you can do it, and she did. This is extraordinary. Nobody else did something similar before Maria Callas. To sing Wagner and Bellini or any other bel canto, Donizetti, in the same career was being looked at as crazy. But in the same week, that was absolutely inconceivable. She sang on all the important operatic stages. She played under the biggest conductors of the time, like Herbert for Karajan. At the beginning of her career, Maria Callas was a very heavy woman, to be least said. Nevertheless, between 53 and 54, she lost weight out of her will. There are a lot of legends about she losing weight. The thing is that she lost 200 pounds, which is 36 kilograms within a year, which is a lot. There were other suspicions that maybe this is why her voice started to fade. According to others, her voice started to fade because she was singing very different roles. Nevertheless, Maria Callas knew when to step back from the stage. In her last years, she sang Medea, Tosca, and Norma in Paris, New York, and London. Her last live performance on stage dates from 5th of July 1965 with a Tosca in the Covent Garden. After that, she gave a series of master classes. She even played in a movie, in a Greek movie, the role of Medea, but the movie was not a success. Her last year, she spent them in isolation in her apartment in Paris, and eventually she died in September the 16th in 1977 at the age of only 53. But in these 53 years, only half of a century, she managed to be La Divina. She was actually called the Bible of Opera by Leonard Bernstein, and her influence is so strong that many singers decided to become singers under the influence of Maria Callas. Of course, Maria Callas was surrounded by scandals, and she had the life of a real diva, with ups and downs, with difficult moments, but from the musical perspective, an icon, a personality that will always have her place in the music history. Check out the recordings that we have about her, which, by the way, she was not enjoying. She didn't enjoy hearing her voice. She was not enjoying to listen back to her recordings, but this is the only option we have to hear her now. If you didn't hear her until now, I recommend you listen to Casta Diva, sang by Maria Callas. She is extraordinary. Enjoy her, and until next time, be good, do good.